Some other funny black people things. Let's see. I got stuff from yesterday. Oh God, this was the iPhone. We didn't play any of that yesterday, did we? I know I referenced it with Gavin. Did we actually play the clip of the African with the phone? I don't either. Yeah, I think we touched on it. But my favorite thing, while you rack that up, I'll talk, Ryan. My favorite thing about Africa, besides the fact that it's quite a few thousand miles away, is the childlike mentality of the inhabitants. If they weren't also murdering and raping people in horrific fashion, their childlike innocence would be quaint, almost adorable. But they're quite savage, so you don't want to touch them. Like a wolverine, you want to pet them, but they'll bite. So over there in Africa, they get enough information from the West where they know some things going on. In their little minds, they can figure out that we got some pretty amazing shit going on in the West. And I'm talking anything. A spoon is I'm not even talking air flight. I'm talking a spoon, a toothbrush, clothing, whatever it is. It's amazing to them. So when they see things that even we're amazed with, iPhones, helicopters, cars, transportation, they lose their minds. They're amazed by it, and they want to participate. So like a child, they try to make it. You ever see a kid drawing? He's at the kitchen table and he's got his crayons and he draws a picture of something and the parents go, "What is that?" "It's Daddy's car." And it's not Daddy's car. It's a scribbled mess drawn by some fucking intellectually deprived little pre-human. He'll grow up. He'll get better. He'll be able, maybe he'll actually become an artist and draw a car that does look like Daddy's car. But for the time being, he's like a little retard. You got to go through a phase where your kids are like retards, I guess. Africa, it's the whole place, and it doesn't matter how old they get. They're all retarded, like children. So when they see an iPhone, they want to be part of it. They want to say, "Oh, I could do that." And they gather up some of the resources around their community, and they build what they assume is an iPhone. Meanwhile, it's a child's drawing of Daddy's car version of an iPhone. So here's this guy. He's trying to talk up his iPhone to the guy that's interviewing him. And the guy interviewing him isn't even really, he's kind of smirking like, "You got to be shitting me there." But let's listen to him about his iPhone.
This is the first version of the phone. This is the first version. Now, this is the second version of the phone. Do you understand? We produced this one last 2 years. Then we started working on this. The lines of code here is no less than 1,000. But the lines of code here is more than 200,000 lines of code. And this is the first phone ever in Africa, built by an African man. All these big companies, you see them in China, in Europe, in America. We want to establish our own phone by ourselves here. What we need is a machine. Now, you see the packaging. We packaged it with just wood. The IC we use inside this thing is ESP32. Then with SIM module. Once you slot any SIM card, it will tell you any SIM card. This thing you can use it to whatever Nokia phone can do. This thing can do it.
Everything an iPhone can do, this thing can do it.
What we're asking our people is for our people to help us. We want to grow. We want Africa to grow. Don't look at it as a one man something. If I let this, I cannot grow in isolation. Somebody will come. I will teach him. A single tree can never form a forest. Do you understand? Somebody will come. I will employ people. They will learn all these things. Our own is to sit down. If we want to fly in the air, if we want Africans to fly in the air, it's just sit down and start reading. God has given us the talents. What we need our people to do is just to sponsor us. Just sponsor us. But then we will show us why God has blessed an Igbo man with intelligence. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Uzoma Isaiah.
Uzoma Isaiah. That's my name.
My name is
Yes. I'm Moinod.
No, Anambra State.
Anambra State.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, you have seen it. I was just passing on my own. No, I came to do
On my own, no.
I saw this young man with
It was
this
literally.
phone. I decided to come around just to interview him. We all have had him. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 080 34 80 2876.
Okay, you will still give me the phone number so I can write it there for most of us that might not
Zebra,
be
my
able
my
to tap.
telephone number is
So, my brother,
zebra tail, baboon head, lion eye. Holy shit. Isn't that, I mean, it's adorable. Really. It's a child giving you something that you would hang up on the fridge. You'd tell them how amazing it was. You get your little magnet. Magnet. We make an African magnet out of wood and put it up on the there. Look at it. Look at this thing. You'd put this. You'd like have to display it and go, look at my kid. Look at my little retard. My little retard. He's built a phone. He saw a phone. For a child, you would go, oh my God. They looked at an iPhone. They saw like what it is and what it does, and then figured they would make it. And they just found some stuff and stuck it together. That would be brilliant for a 6-year-old. You'd be like, holy shit, my kid's got something there. 6. If he did it at 9, you'd start going, you want to use my tools, son? You don't have to use, a rock and a piece of wood outside. You want to go to Home Depot? We'll get some stuff. And that's at 9. You'd start looking at him like he's a little retarded. This guy is, an adult, and he honestly believes that Africa, the African mind, is smart, and we can be making things. And the other parts of the world, America and the Western nations, Asia, China, they're making these phones and these devices. They make things that fly through the air, as he so eloquently put it. And he says that Africa could do that too. They just need, and what did he say? Help? Hey, well, we've been helping you. What do you need? Money? What are you going to do with money? The guy made an iPhone out of wood. I don't think it does everything an iPhone can do either. That display was a little shady. And the buttons, I don't know what those were. What were those? They were probably girl clits from when they rip a girl's clit off in Africa. The switches. The buttons are made from genuine prepubescent girl clits. We cut them off and make the buttons. So I don't know what the fuck he thinks is going to happen. If they need money, why don't they just find bald people, crack their heads open, and get the gold that comes out? They believe that bald people have gold in their head. So crack the head open, get the money, and then you can finance things. Just saying. Just trying to help. Just trying to help the dark continent. Africa gets a raw deal sometimes. They're looked at as not having the intelligence of people from countries in the Western nations, and perhaps not being quite as innovative. Well, I beg to differ. And on this Juneteenth, I'm not going to let people shit talk a continent full of people that are inspired and use their wherewithal, intelligence, gumption, and I will say ingenuity to advance the culture right there in Africa. Here's what I've shown some of these before, but here's the latest from African aviation. If you know anything about airplanes, you'll clearly see a propeller, a motor, a guy sitting at some rudimentary controls, a cinder block, landing gear. Well, anyway, let's look at this next step. Who knows? Maybe one small step for black man and one giant leap for black mankind. Let's watch. I mean, smoking or non-smoking, he's ready to go. Variable pitch propeller? Oh my lord. Look, they're all jumping on it like it's going to go somewhere. They're all getting on for the ride. Little kids. Oh, that sounds good. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. Oh, my God. They're in the line of the propeller. If one of those flies off. Oh. They're ready to go. Get on. I like the soda bottle in the carburetor, or whatever that is. That's just a soda bottle. I remember, they would tell pilots to do a little walk around, check, equipment check on their planes. And one thing that they made sure was that the soda bottle of gasoline was firmly placed into the intake of the engine. That's very important in aviation. Hey, who knows? In 50, 80,000 years, you might get that thing off the ground. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. A little more celebrating of the culture. Who wouldn't celebrate that? Aviation brought to the dark continent. A little elbow grease. If they know how to start a motor, make a pump. Make a pump for water that you can then irrigate a field with and perhaps plant. Hey, who am I to say? That's aviation. Maybe there's an agricultural guy down the street with another motor with a soda bottle in it, watering some crops. Who am I to say? And here's, I guess, well, okay, we got a couple of things. The African scuba diver is great. I talk about this all the time, too. The African version of technology. It's a child's drawing. Take any Western civilized child and ask them, they're 3, 4 years old. They have no artistic ability. I'm not talking about an artistic prodigy. And say, draw a helicopter. And they draw this helicopter. And then in Africa, a guy will build a helicopter and it will look just like the child's drawing. The little rotors and the big body and the tail isn't straight and the landing gear's crooked and there's a guy on there. It just child drawing. And they do this with a lot of things. Airplanes, cars. We just saw recently a guy had built a car out of cardboard in Africa somewhere. It ran. It kind of was symmetrical and had a cool lines to it and looks, but it's a cardboard fucking car. And the airplane ones are always funny. And when they built that bridge, they built a bridge over some water. It was over nothing, a stream. And they were doing a ribbon cutting on the bridge. And when they cut the ribbon was holding the bridge together. When they went to cut it, the sides came down and the whole bridge just collapsed. And again, it was a bridge in that they built something that a child would have drawn if you asked him to draw you a bridge. Not very structurally sound, not a lot of triangle structures in it for strength. The latest one, this one, I got a kick out of this. I guess someone had shown this man that there is something called scuba diving, where you put a air tank on your back and you wear a mask and you have a respirator and you wear fins and you can swim with fish and various other sea life and not have to come up. It's astounding. So, again, a child's drawing of a scuba diver from Africa comes to life. Hey, give him 10,000, 20,000 years, he might just get the hang of what it actually entails to bring air down to a depth, breathable air down under the water, and live to tell the tale. But I found that quite funny. Add it to the collection of various other things that they've taken from children's drawings. But you know what? We shouldn't just end on Africa, the dark continent, and the bad things that go along with it. Why don't we learn a little bit about African cuisine? Yes, there are chefs over there in Africa on the plains of the Serengeti. There are amazing foods we don't get here. How would you like to eat an ostrich egg? It's the size of, I don't know, maybe 10 eggs, 5, 8, I don't know. It's a lot of eggs in that big ostrich egg. So you might wonder, all right, you have an ostrich egg, you're in Africa, how would you cook it? Well, we are going to learn right now. Let's take a look. And a white guy is going to sit and enjoy this treat, this delicacy in Africa. Here we go.
Look, I've got this egg. Can we cook this?
Hey, Mama.
Toshi knows just what she's doing, but I'm making this up as I go along. While I open the egg, Toshi clears the hearth, exposing the hot sand beneath. I wonder if she's going to cook this in the shell, or she's going to put a pan there.
A pan? No. It's like, what are you doing?
I was expecting a frying pan, but I've got a bowl dug out in the hearth. The equivalent of 24 chicken eggs makes this the largest omelette I've ever seen. Wonder if this might be a little bit gritty. Just clutch its jaws here. We're definitely on fry now. Crunch time with any omelette comes with a flip. How do you do that in the desert? Just bury it.
She buried the entire egg omelet.
10 minutes later, lunch is served, and a whole lot of expectant faces have arrived.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Smells like egg. Tastes like a very, very, very good egg. Just a touch gritty, but
gritty. Like a rock. Just use a rock at least. Take a big rock. I'm sure they got plenty of big rocks in Africa. And then you get another rock, a smaller one. And then you just get people all day to go until you put a little concave thing in the rock. Then you go down to the river, right? With some of that sand, some of the very sand she was cooking that in. And you put some water and sand in that that little concave area in the rock. Now you take another rock and you start going around. And what that would do is smooth out the rock and make it very smooth because it's sanding it down. The very word sand. And then you just keep doing that until it's like glass. Now you put that rock in the heated sand and it heats the rock up. And now you can cook the egg in this amazingly glass-like clean pan. It's a pan made of rock. But why would you do something that had only recently been invented? You know, like 200 to 300,000 years. Why would you do that when you could just dump the egg in the sand? Sand hot. Want to cook? Put egg in sand. Cut out the middleman. And then not only is it full of sand, you're eating sand, but you're wasting the part of the egg that makes the crust that they were peeling off with the sand. That crusty part is egg and sand. So you would have all that. How the fuck are they still alive? How is extinction? Well, I know how. Trick or treat for UNICEF, the United Nations, all of these organizations that have poured billions and trillions of dollars into the dark continent have kept these people just on the cusp of extinction, given them just enough to keep them from becoming extinct, but keep them being a burden to the rest of the world. It's like a money sink. There's no teaching. Teach a man, you know, feed a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. You have to feed these motherfuckers. You can't teach them to fish. They don't know. Anyway, there's your little peek into the dark continent of Africa. Ooh. It's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that fucking nuts? I thought it was fucking insane. I thought there'd be a rock. I thought there'd be something flat, leaves. I don't know. Put leaves down and cook on that. Nothing. Right on the sand. She's smiling.
Oh, who says Africa doesn't have clever people that have just a knack for technology and building things, engineering? That's what it is. The wonderful Mr. Gavin McInnes sent me this, of course, because we exchange fun things like this all the time. You've seen the helicopter. They built helicopters, airplanes. I've never seen these things get off the ground. Thank God, because it would at least kill the inventor. If not, many villagers would be killed or maimed by this giant saw that's just being thrown around the village. Their engineering seems to be take a child's drawing of something and make it come to life, bring it to life. So it doesn't really have to work. Do the rotors on top of their helicopters have to spin? Yes. A child wants the rotors to spin around. It should somehow resemble a helicopter or an airplane or an automobile. But the scale of things, the tires, the rotor, the motor, the wheels, the scale doesn't have to be right. What do kids know? You know, they draw things. It's all silly. So here's the latest entry into this engineering juggernaut going on in Africa. This man built himself an automobile, a modern looking sports automobile, maybe a Tesla, I don't know, out of cardboard. Yes, on a regular old car chassis, I guess. Don't know where he got that. He decided to take a bunch of cardboard and build a body on this rickety, terrible internal combustion engine car frame. And here he is to tell you about it.
Body part of the car is made out of cardboard. The total cost of the vehicle is 650,000 naira. Firstly, I made the frame of the car by welding the material together. Then with bomb and screw, I attached the car door to the frame. The top speed of this car is 40 kilometers per hour. The body part
Well,
of the
it works. I'll give him that. It did seem to work. He put it in drive, whatever that was. I like the gauges and everything were just drawn on and stickers and stuff. It's very like that's pretty much one of those little cars you buy your kids. You know, the battery powered, look, oh, he's got a Jeep. And the little kid gets in and he drives his little Jeep around the yard. And the gauges don't work. The speedometer like says 55 and the oil pressure, oh, it's fine. Well, it's always fine. It's a sticker. And there's this guy with the same kind of thing, little beep beep horn. And it's built out of cardboard. I'll give him two things. It works. It did seem to go. And I'll give him symmetry. One side seemed to look like the other. It wasn't asymmetrical. And it looked cool. It had some interesting lines to it, So I'll give him that. Now, obviously, you could, if you're proficient at welding and automotive work and you're here in America, you could build an amazing car out of the proper materials and make it go faster than 40 kilometers per hour, and it will look stunning. But, it's Africa. Do you think this guy did that instead of digging a well? Hunting, maybe, feeding, farming, livestock? I am building the cardboard car. You can starve, children can die of thirst. This is my dream. So I'll give him some credit, partial credit for that one. That's a success story on my Black Tuesday today, my Black Tuesday preparation sheet. That's a feel-good story. All the rest, maybe not so much. All right, we'll go to the, I don't know, the cow shit on the floor. This is so weird. This clip is just weird. Gavin sent it to me, so he's probably going to do it on his show at some point, unless he did already. I don't know. But it's a woman in Africa, and she's in a hut. She's in her hut, and she's talking about how, why, and the result when they put cow dung, cow shit. They take cow shit and smear it all over their floor. Their floor is made of cow shit. And it sounds crazy, right? Well, she tries to explain to you silly, civilized cement, wood, tile floor people that this is perfectly fine and it's wonderful. And actually, it smells great. So let's hear this Nubian queen talk about her cow shit floor.
This is how a floor that has been smeared with cow dung looks like when it's dry. We refreshed the floor 2 weeks ago, and we get to do that 3 to 4 times in a year so that you can be able to have all the benefits that comes along with smearing the floors of our houses with cow dung to the fullest. How does it smell like? Or how does it scent like? Imagine dry grass, very dry grass, dry banana leaves, dry potato leaves, dry hay, Imagine dry, golden, brown leaves.
All
That's
mixed with
how
shit.
it
That's how it
smells.
smells.
It's
Take
so
all those,
subtle.
take all those smells, because they smells one dry grass and bananas and oh, that's great. Brown leaves, golden leaves. Oh yeah, that's would smell really good. Now mix it with shit. That would be how it smells. Yeah, you know what brown leaves and grass and stuff, dry grass smell like? It smells great. Yeah, she's right. Until you run it through a cow and it comes out the dirty, stinky fucking end of the cow. Then it becomes shit. And you're putting shit on your floor. And I don't even know how the fuck this works. I don't know why, but let's hear a little more.
Oh, you may not even notice it, but it's very earthy and fresh. Very good for the soul. Another reason we actually get to smear the huts with cow dung is because cow dung has the properties in it that help repel dangerous insects and creatures that may want to get into the hut. Centipedes,
Rapists?
scorpions, even though they are rare, snakes, they don't like cow dung, just like you. It will repel even you. I want it to repel you guys. I want you guys to be here. This
She's making a little joke on us, saying that it'll repel us too. So it'll keep us out. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, there's no fucking 5-second rule with that, is there? You drop something on the floor there. I am a teacher besides being a photographer, and I keep showing my school kids some of your videos because they are all just so educational, and I love it. Everybody needs to know what you're teaching us. Okay. Yeah, I live in Mexico. Water, dung, spread it around the house. I think scorpions have diminished. Oh, good. So just spread shit, you know. Fuck any of the modern conveniences we have to get rid of bugs, like an exterminator or something. Aside from the bug thing, and I can't imagine that's the sole reason you're putting cow shit on your floor, why not make the floor out of the same stuff you make the walls out of? Because in that video, the walls kind of look like some sort of cement-like thing, like dirt and water. You know, you make a mud and then you I don't know how they make these things. But when it comes to the floor, there's nothing else you could possibly use that, like cow shit should be way down on the list. We've gone through everything except the cow dung. Grass. Just take hay and throw it around. But cow dung. I'll tell you, it was a lot cleaner than I would have thought. Is that her? Yeah, let's see.
today, the sun is bright, the sun is sunning.
Of course,
I hope
it's
you guys
Africa.
are doing fine.
1,000
Welcome
degrees.
to my YouTube channel again. While you're sweeping,
Yeah, if it gets wet, it just turns back into soft shit.
this broom is really old, but I love it because it knows all the corners of the house. So you see how sprinkling water less
Oh, it makes it
dusty?
less dusty.
Our forefathers did not have all the vocabulary and the diction.
She
the
keeps a clean
scientific
hut.
diction to use for such things, but while smoothing it out.
I
You
think
could
she's full of shit.
smear
Well, she's
with the palm of
standing
your
on shit.
hand, okay? But when it comes to smoothing it out, you're gonna use this side of your hand. It does the job really nice. It helps estimate the amount of cow dung that is going on the floor.
Oh, it's
As
more
you
like
see these
paint than
parts
cement.
here, they're already starting to dry out. So meaning by the time I'm done, mostly the whole floor where I started will be dry. And also spring.
So it's so it's like she's painting it with a thin layer and then it dries. So it's not like well, maybe. So is it initially just dirt Is it initially just dirt, the floor, and then they smear the cow shit on it? Or is it, I have no idea. I don't know. I know it's disgusting. I know it's completely unnecessary to smear shit on your floor. And it's confusing because she does seem to keep a nice, clean, there's not garbage in there, but there's cow shit everywhere, but not a speck of garbage. I don't know. Very strange customs over there. Oh, here it is. You know how I love these. Gavin sent me this one. It's the latest in the line of African homemade aviation. You know how we love this. We've seen so many. The airplanes that could never possibly fly, the helicopters that really are a picture perfect version of a child's drawing, a 3-year-old's drawing of a helicopter come to life with nothing. There's nothing that has anything to do with aerodynamics, the principles of flight. It's just, this is what it looked like to me. And they build it and it doesn't fly. I'll give this guy a little credit. He was on the ground, obviously, but it was moving forward seemingly under its own power. It's not quite a helicopter. It's like a gyrocopter, I think they call it. It's got the rotor on top, but then it has a prop on the back, a push prop, and then the tail stabilizers are on the back. These things were popular back in the 30s, 20s and 30s perhaps. And, you know, we've gotten much better at building rotary aircraft since those days. But it's Africa, and who am I to poo-poo his effort? Let's watch, shall we? Here he goes. Let me watch that again. I'm picking up a few things here that seem a little weird. So the motor. Okay, let me see. Okay, here's what I'm noticing. This is hilarious. These things are always all show, no go. The motor, the engine, the gas-powered engine you're seeing is only running the rear propeller blades. The rotor on top, which is the only thing that could possibly make this an aircraft, is being powered by what looks like a starter motor. Like an automobile starter motor that's hitting a gear, that's spinning the rotor around, but with no power at all. A car's starter motor is never going to wind a rotor up to the speed and torque it would need to actually lift anything off the ground. So the motor isn't linked in any way to the rotor on top of this helicopter. He can drive it around as some execution machine, perhaps. I don't see any type of variable pitch on the rotor's blades themselves or on the rotor plane. There's no way to adjust the pitch of the rotors. So even if you got that rotor spinning at 10,000 RPM, it would just be a death machine, obviously, but you're not getting any lift from those. And it's angled so far backwards, I think it would just tip over. That's if it even got up to it, which it could not possibly. He's got the rotating rotor on top with a starter motor from a car just to show. It's like, well, I see them, the blade, they spin around, so I need blade to spin. Well, you got an engine right there. Do not know how to connect engine to blade. So he uses a little starter motor, so it looks, again, very juvenile, very let's build a tree fort, let's build a go-kart, little kids in a garage. And this is what he saw. He sees the thing spin on things that actually work. So if it's spinning, it's going to fly. The complete lack of understanding of how that works. So keep trying. Like I say, every time I see one of these, you keep trying, Africa. We're pulling for you.
African scooter. I gotta go with the African scooter.
African scooter?
African scooter.
Ready?
This is
a
what? Documentary
and a symbol of resilience in
resilience.
Gongo. The chukudu is a wooden scooter
Could you pause for a moment?
What an amazing invention.
What an amazing invention.
The fucking Flintstones built.
It looks like Fred Flintstone's fucking car. We've heard of late so many stories about African American or even just African innovation over the course of history. I just read something recently that said an African American invented the aircraft carrier.
Wow.
Like, that's insane. I didn't look it up. I assumed it was wrong. I just assumed. So Chris sent me this, Balsano, and I couldn't get enough of it. This is the scooter, what they use for transportation and transporting goods, services, in, I think it was the Congo. The Congo, we didn't start. Riding scooters in the Congo. Play away, my friend.
That is commonly used in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Looks like their city bike.
It is made from locally available materials and is a simple,
shitty bike,
effective means of transportation.
Look at this guy. Now, can you again pause? Why are they always transporting sticks? They just love
build that. That's what they build a house with.
Fags over there.
Everything. Did they ever read The Three Little Pigs? The sticks aren't good.
Do you understand what they're using for a truck? The sticks.
Look, it's a shitload of sticks. But I can only imagine. These don't have motors on them. They are actually 1 NP to the wheels. 1 NP to the wheels. All right.
How many ends per hour does this thing get?
So they have to ride them down. I can only imagine there's various hills where these are all laying at the bottom because they don't know how to get them back, and then they just walk back and build another. Because I can't. All right, let's take a look-see.
Means of transportation.
This is a real documentary.
Using the iMovie template.
They made
also
statue.
a symbol of resilience for the people of Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Good for them.
As it is a way to overcome the challenges of poverty and a lack of infrastructure. In the town of Gongo, the chukudu is an ubiquitous
sign. There next week.
People use it to transport goods to market, to get to work, and even to go to school.
Look at that.
The chukudu is also a popular way for people to get around the town's many hills.
You have a GoPro, they don't have a fucking
The chukudu is not without its challenges.
Made of wood, the GoPro.
It can be difficult to ride.
Look at this.
Especially when it
is that
is
a
loaded
slinky?
with
What the
heavy
fuck
goods.
is that?
The chukudu
Local
can also
materials.
be dangerous. as it is not equipped with brakes or a steering
Look at
wheel.
that wheel. No
However,
brakes.
Oh,
the
wow.
people of Gongo are resourceful
Looks like a brake
and
on
have
the
found
back.
ways to overcome these challenges.
I don't have no brakes.
One way that people in Gongo have made the Chukudu safer is by adding brakes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
They
good. They're
have
catching
also
up with
made
things.
the Chukudu more maneuverable by adding a steering wheel.
Wow.
These
They didn't have a
modifications
steering
have
wheel?
made the Chukudu a safer and more efficient means of transportation. The Chukudu
Whoa!
is more than just a means of transportation in Gongo. It is also a symbol of resilience.
Oh.
The people of Gongo have faced many challenges, including
I never
poverty,
want to live anywhere
war,
named
and a
Gongo.
lack
Yeah.
of infrastructure.
Oh,
However,
Nassau
they have
County, North
persevered
Shore,
and
Gongo.
have
Have you
found ways
seen
to
some of the
make
houses?
Ever
Chukudu
come to the
work
U.S.
for
and they're
them.
like, wait, kids have
The
this?
Chukudu is
Yeah.
a reminder that even
Like
in the
made of
face
metal with a
adversity,
motor?
Yeah.
people of Gongo
Yeah.
are determined
Wait
to
till they find out
succeed.
about bird scooters.
Yeah.
They're determined to succeed.
In addition to its practical uses, the Chukudu is also a source of pride for the people of Gongo. They take great pride in their ability to make and repair the Chukudus. The Chukudu is a reminder of their ingenuity and their ability to adapt
Ingenuity.
to difficult circumstances.
Yeah. Where'd they get that spring, by the way?
Yeah.
It's like a suspension off of a fucking European-made vehicle. But I won't.
No.
Not going to make any qualms about that. Isn't that amazing? Still wooden wheels. Wooden wheels and
In the 21st century.
and a big, like, handlebars of wood,
You know, slow and steady wins the race, I guess.
eventually.
I'd be like,
5,000 years.
I'd like to get a truck. I really.
Yeah.
Just fucking scooter up a hill with twigs. I'm done. Even the Amish fucking laugh at us.
Yeah, they figured out how to get horses.
Yeah.
Pull their shit.
Yeah, they don't have an ox. They can hook it up to an ox. They got to be an ox
They
around.
marry the ox. That's what they do. They're called their wife. That's what they like.